Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Nipa TV show. I'm your host. That's me, Nipa. That's me, TV. And we're going to be watching a Brood War replay. And it's going to be a slightly older replay, 5 years to be exact, so probably not slightly at all. And we're going to be watching the two legends, FlaSh and Bisu. For those of you that don't know who these two are, you have been living under a rock for quite some time in the StarCraft scene, because these two titans of men are gods at StarCraft, especially just both of them. They're fantastic. They're what's called, I think, the main four, or the godly, I don't know. There was some nickname, but yeah, like Jaedong, Bisu, and FlaSh. Fantastic Brood War player, or just StarCraft players in general. So let's go and get into the game. I don't know what the map's called. It was all in gibberish in the replay info section. So let's get right to it. We have top right, we have FlaSh as the blue Terran. You're probably noticing as well that the statistics panel isn't up. That's because we have 4 other spectators in this too, and I didn't really want to put all of them on here, so I'll check periodically what the supply is and whatnot. For some reason, Bisu is listed as Falcon. This must be one of his other accounts or whatever, but this is Bisu in the bottom left as the I am colorblind, so teal, sure. Teal Protoss, and we'll see what happens. I do know that this is a TvP, and usually in TvP and Brood War, from what I've seen, Terran likes to go mech, and Protoss likes to go Reavers and Dragoons kind of build. I could be wrong about that, but you know, whatever. Let's take a look down here. We actually see a proxy gate coming out from Bisu, and some SCVs are being pulled from FlaSh to take care of that. And we may see a Zealot come. Actually, no, we won't. This gateway, yeah, it's going to be destroyed. And I don't think Bisu canceled that either. So kind of a funky start that may set Bisu behind quite a bit. Excuse me just a sec. My freaking there we go, much better. Okay, I was noticing that my freaking avatar was going all over the place, and it was looking up, or she was looking up. God, I'm so heartless. Anyways, SCVs are being pulled back, and FlaSh does stop that proxy gate, which is that might be pretty huge, for FlaSh in terms of advantages, especially at this top tier level. We have that gateway coming out from Bisu, and I believe he is going to get his expansion before his gas even. So he does get that Nexus, and we see a Marine coming out from FlaSh to possibly scout. And SCV is going to scout from FlaSh. He's going to see the base here, and the Marine is just kind of scouting for any more Protoss trickery. There is the pylon here that's still there, so he's just going to take care of that. Doesn't want Bisu building like proxy robo bays, Reavers coming in from nowhere. We do see an expansion going down for FlaSh. Bisu sent his probe out to try and scout. We have a Zealot that's being pulled out. That's going to chase FlaSh's SCV. The SCV should be able to get out not scot-free, but it will get out not killed. He will get out alive. That SCV was doing some harass on the SCV that was building. Had to be pulled out. FlaSh's SCV had to be pulled out, but the Marine is there to help him out, his little buddy. And another probe is being... No, that's the same one. I apologize. The Zealot from Bisu is going straight over to FlaSh's natural expansion, it looks like. And it looks like a bunker is going down too at a very nice strategic location. There's a little choke here that will definitely be in FlaSh's favor if he gets that Marine out. He does have 3, and the Zealot and Marines may clash here. There's 4 Marines, and the bunker is done, and the Marines do thwart the Zealot away. And interestingly enough, FlaSh is going to put only 2 in the bunker, which is fine because that will thwart the Zealot of Bisu away. Interestingly enough, oh, I see. That's what happened. Okay, so I didn't see this. Gas was stolen. Bisu stole FlaSh's gas, which is quite detrimental in Brood War, considering that you have only one in each base. But FlaSh is gonna take care of that, and that's definitely annoying to start with. Some kind of upgrade being churned out from Bisu at the Cybernetics core. I think this is the range upgrade for Dragoons, if I'm not mistaken. He is getting some Dragoons out. Can't really see it because of the old replay system here, which is fine. Barracks is lifting up and it is heading down. It's probably going to complete this wall off here for FlaSh. And at this point, both are macroing at this point. FlaSh is getting a factory. So we'll probably see some vultures coming out pretty soon, which will be pretty sick. And the gas is complete for Bisu at the natural expansion. SCV did come in and saw that there was some upgrade on Cybernetics core. I'm sure FlaSh was expecting this range upgrade. I feel like Stardust is gonna do that research that every single time. Interesting decal right here, the power generator. I didn't know we were playing Command and Conquer. That's pretty crazy. Marines are into the bunker here, and they do get in there. And we actually, so we see a starport. So things are looking pretty standard at this time. We do got Siege upgrade being researched. Yeah, if you didn't know, Siege has to be upgraded in Brood War. And FlaSh is also getting a Siege tank. So playing very defensive, not really taking any risk. BC is going to try to poke at the bunker here. Some SCVs are being sent to repair. That Dragoon range upgrade is quite spicy. It actually outranges that bunker, but these SCVs here are going to keep repairing it. But that is going to drain some resources for FlaSh for sure. I think it's, I forgot if it's minerals or gas. I'm pretty sure it's minerals, but doesn't matter. We got a siege tank here, and it is gonna thwart those Dragoons. So things are looking pretty spicy right now. Bisu is definitely the more aggressive member here. We have a ComSat station on the natural. I believe there's one. So there's one in the main as well. So we have two ComSats, and we do. I think I did hear a ComSat somewhere. And Bisu's getting his third base. It's almost complete. So economically, right now, Bisu is definitely looking pretty good. We do actually have a Stargate coming out for Bisu as well. We have an observatory, so we're gonna see some observers coming out. And I wonder what Bisu will make at the Stargate. Not sure actually. I would think the Corsairs definitely would. If this was ZVP, it would definitely be Corsairs. I don't really see scouts that much. I mean I haven't experienced using scouts myself. We have a pylon here. Two up here. So we actually do see a dropship, and Bisu smartly knows where that is, and the siege tanks are going to be placed up at the top of the ramp, which cannot be seen, and actually a really good position for FlaSh. The siege tank harass, very interesting stuff, and FlaSh is just going to pick up his two siege tanks there, and then he's going to go in the natural, do the same thing, but the Dragoons are in position. Unfortunately, that dropship is going to go down. Siege tanks are focusing that Dragoon, and it looks like the first siege tank is down, and pretty good defense from Bisu. I didn't see too much damage at all from that siege tank, or those siege tanks rather. And at the same time, we have FlaSh getting his third base, and he's lifting up his barracks to provide more surface area. And we actually have a vulture in the mix as well. I think that was a probe that just died there. And no, okay, so the bunker is he's just creating another bunker here. That's pretty cool. FlaSh is building another bunker so he could secure his third very strategic location again. And we actually have a pylon block from Bisu. That's pretty awesome to stop FlaSh from getting that easy fourth down here. At the same time, I think Bisu is going to get his fourth base at this time. We have some shuttles going down, and we have some carriers, interestingly enough. Interesting indeed. We got a fleet beacon, which That makes sense. That's why the carriers are coming out. That is the tech route, and we'll see what happens. We may see Bisu just go into full sky toss at this point. Wonder what FlaSh is going to react with. Probably Goliaths. We see a huge vulture count. We actually see a siege tank vulture combo drop, which is really cool. Very interesting stuff. I'm learning so much today about TvP at this time. We do see some vultures moving up on the top side of the map. Bisu is trying to get his 4th base set here. Spider-Man's going down. And the Dragoons are going to thwart these vultures. Very nice defense indeed. And from what I know from Bisu, he loves to put down his cannons at his outlier bases. So we'll probably see at least 3, if I'm not mistaken. Do got 1, 2, or we got a pylon here, but Bisu really likes to secure his outlier bases with a few photon cannons to buy time for the rest of his ground forces to go up and thwart whatever is attacking him. There's a comm set somewhere else. Where were those drop ships? Did they drop already? No, okay, so they're still here, okay. FlaSh just has decided not to drop them at this time, and the 4th is now going down for Bisu. There's some Zealots here and some Dragoons, so a pretty standard combo, but I believe that Bisu is going to fully transition into Sky Toss at some point. How many carries does he have now? I imagine he has 2. And he does, and he's getting those interceptors at this time. We do see some vultures and the Dragoons in a little skirmish here. Spider Mines are going down. The Observer is there, though, for Bisu to take care of that. Spider Mine does do some damage to the Zealots, and we do see that drop. I believe that there was a drop. Oh, Siege Tank actually was dropped there as well. And interestingly enough, the Dragoons could see him, but they weren't firing. I'm not sure what that was. I wonder if that was some kind of glitch. We got some vultures moving in the middle of the map and just planting spider mines after spider mines. It's probably going to be a giant minefield by the end of this game. 2 other carriers are moving up here, and we see some shuttles filled with zealots. And wow, smartly, FlaSh is building his command center right next to the pylon, and he's probably going to send something to kill that pylon, and they'll just lift this up and plant it down. So actually not as detrimental, especially if you're playing Terran. We got some Goliaths online right now. They'll deal with the interceptors and carriers once they get up close. And we have missile turrets thwarting those interceptors. It looks like Bisu was trying to do some kind of a drop in the main base. Really exciting stuff. Things are just happening all the time throughout this map. And look at this, the amount of spider mines. My goodness. Crazy amount. See what else that Bisu is doing tech-wise. Doesn't look like anything. Just getting more gateways. At this point, it's just all about getting a bunch of units out. Very interesting variety of units. I was not expecting the carriers at all. I wonder if that's just normal for TvP. And it looks like Bisu is taking care of this minefield with the help of his Dragoons and carrier combo. And he's actually moving down. Some stray Marines here are unfortunately going to die. And they do. FlaSh lifts up his base, secures his 4th there. And we may see a huge fight right here. Interceptors going in, trying to take care of everything. There's a comm set down to... I'm not sure why the comm set was down. I guess to... Not sure, actually. That's kind of interesting. We have a huge vulture count, huge Goliath count, and siege tank count. So, yeah, going mech as predicted for TvP. That seems to be the way to go. And Bisu is actually securing a 5th base at the top side of the map here. Some spider mines do go off, kills one of the Dragoons, and that is actually a key set of information for FlaSh because he's going to reposition his troops to meet Bisu's forces up here. Bisu going to actually go ahead and send his carriers up to the main. He knows that FlaSh is kind of out of position, but he will be met with a bunch of missile turrets and Goliaths as well. And the macro from both these players is pretty impeccable. We have a lifted NG bay for some reason. I wonder if that's just to get sight of the high ground here. And again, Bisu getting all those cannons, 4 to be exact. He does have that singular pylon. But I'm sure he'll get another one, and maybe it's not as detrimental. We'll see. I don't know. these guys definitely do know what they're doing. I do have faith in both of their abilities. Yeah, we just have some Dragoons and Zealots standing over there. The carriers are moving into the main base, and they are going to kill some of the missile turrets. And it looks like Bisu is going to drop the Zealots down, and this could be really, this could prove detrimental if FlaSh does not pull his forces back, which he is doing. He's got a lot of forces in the natural. Unfortunately, there is some movement obstruction due to the AI of Brood War in general. Bisu is moving up a little bit more north to the top side here. And all Bisu has really done is killed the missile turrets, the immense amount of missile turrets. But, and we do see the Goliaths focusing down the carriers. No, they're just, I thought they were focusing the carriers. No, they're focusing the interceptors. And what FlaSh is doing is he's just defending at this point. A little strike force of Dragoons down here. Looks like they did try to engage on this position. We actually do have a fifth base going down for FlaSh at this point, getting another comsat center. There was a comsat somewhere. I think FlaSh was just trying to see where Bisu's forces were, and the carriers are going back in. He knows that there are no missile turrets, but FlaSh is going to pull back with his Goliaths, and this science bay could go down. That could be really detrimental because that is a key tech structure. Lots of damage being done in the main base. Supply depots are actually going down too, but it's not. It doesn't seem to matter because they're both at 200 denominator 200 for both. So they're both have plenty of supply depots and whatnot. The immense amount of factories is definitely awesome to see. It's crazy how many factories there are. Jeez, I keep looking and there's more. And we do have a fight here. Vultures going in. The AI was kind of messing up a little bit. We got Vultures, we got Goliaths, we got siege tanks, and the sieges are actually not in siege mode because why not? They do plenty of damage without that siege mode. And FlaSh is actually pushing Bisu's forces far away. I believe the carriers are... Where are the carriers, actually? Carriers are down here. 2 of them, anyways, are here. I don't know where the other ones are. Did they die? I'm not sure. Anyways, this base is fully saturated, so Bisu is definitely probably going to transfer over to this projected 6th base, which is in a hilarious location. It's right under FlaSh's nose. And speaking of FlaSh, he's actually going up to Bisu's 5th base, taking care of the photon cannons and killing quite a bit of probes, I'm sure, and destroying the Nexus too, so that could cause an economic dent in Bisu as well. Bisu is actually pretty low on minerals, so that was actually pretty good. FlaSh is moving in. We have a Dark Templar here. There doesn't seem to be any detection. Comsat goes down. That Dark Templar does die. We actually see, oh, the carriers are down here, and at the same time, Bisu's taking care of FlaSh's 5th base, and that is forcing FlaSh to pull back and try to take care of these carriers, who are kind of in an interesting position. I think they're okay. One carrier does go down. Crap ton of interceptors at this point, and at the same time, still the attack going up here. These High Templars are basically dying for free. Back down here in the main fight, carriers are pulling away. Interceptor count is going down. And FlaSh is looking pretty strong here. It looks like the goal for FlaSh is to definitely take care of this 4th base up here. And I think FlaSh is actually going to go down for this base as well. FlaSh looking pretty strong at this point. We don't see any other units. His saving grace are these factories, but the ground forces are nowhere to be found. But maybe Bisu doesn't need ground forces at this time. Wow, a huge catch. One of the carriers do die, and FlaSh catches that fleet for sure. And now Bisu's just down to 6, and he could be down to 5 if he's not careful here. So if he loses these carriers, that won't look good. At the same time, Bisu is transferring his workers over there to the base here, the base under FlaSh's nose. And FlaSh is going to pull back a little bit, get his forces set up. I believe he's going to get more macro, and economically they're about even. Yeah. Wait, oh, did I just... Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind, never mind. I thought I could get rid of the names, my bad. But those Dragoons do die there. And FlaSh is going to push to Bisu's base here. Takes out the static D. Carriers are forced to go down here to defend. And I believe... where were those ground forces that I saw? They were... Okay, the ground forces of Dragoons went down here to the 4th base of FlaSh, doing a decent amount of economic damage, but the saturation is still pretty strong, and FlaSh does not overcommit with defending. He just sends a pocket of troops, and at the same time, he is stopping the interceptors here. Really exciting stuff. Do see some High Templars at this point. We are not seeing that much. We're not seeing too much of a ground force. We're seeing more of the high-tech units for the Protoss player. And the Terran player, FlaSh, he is going to be pretty much turning out the same thing. He's just relying on the strength of numbers. How are the upgrades to 3, 2, 2? Or just 3 and 2? Yeah, 3 and 2 upgrades. How are the upgrades for Bisu? Once the interceptor is done, we'll be able to see that we have 1 and 1. So upgrades could definitely be better for Bisu. Side storms, huge side storms on the mech force here, doing a decent amount of damage. If Bisu gets those Goliaths, the carriers will just basically clean up house at that point, but Goliaths are just shredding through interceptors, shredding through the carriers. And I believe more are on the way. As you can see, the production tab, we have 8 Goliaths on queue. Bisu still securing this base up here, one under FlaSh's nose. So economically, still pretty decent. Both are low on minerals, and that is game from Bisu. So excellent work from FlaSh. His multitasking was really, really sick near to the mid to late game. The carriers up here on the north side was a little scary, but once FlaSh got enough forces, he just pretty much out macroed and out rotated Bisu at that point. But I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.